With all of the worries about a second wave of coronavirus infection in U.S. cities, what's happening in Beijing could provide a glimpse at the future, what life could look like when there are fresh outbreaks. And let's be frank, there will be outbreaks. When the new cases were announced here, most of the old rituals returned, like temperature checks and canceled flights. But there isn't the total lockdown like last time. Nobody wants to stifle any momentum the economy might have. So officials seem to be taking a more restrained approach.
Key to the strategy here is testing. A lot of it. They have nearly 500 of these sites set up across the city that can handle 500,000 tests a day. And officials say they can increase it to 1 million if they have to.
The government says more than 2.8 million people have been tested in just over a week, and that they found fewer than 250 cases. And there are sites everywhere: sports centers, soccer fields, hospitals. A swab in the throat, some eyes, and maybe some gagging. It takes less than a minute, says the vice director of a women's hospital. She told us anyone can get tested and that most people are relaxed. We had special access to this testing site at a park, and it was running like clockwork.
So here's how it works. They publicize that there's testing. Anyone who's interested can get in touch with their neighborhood committee. From that, a list is generated. People are told where and when to show up, and everything is organized right down to the names on the test tubes.
The revival of the virus here is linked to a wholesale food market called Xinfadi. It's massive and supplies about 80% of the city's food. So naturally, people were freaking out about the food supply. And for a time, salmon was blamed, but officials soon debunked that. The market was sealed. Neighborhoods around it were locked down. And that's when big data kicked in. Using aggressive contact tracing, including cashless payment transactions and GPS, authorities found patient zero, a man who bought fish at the market. Chinese social media dubbed him Grandpa Tang, and from him, officials retraced his steps, and that grew into a list of 250,000 potential close contacts. Beijing going big on testing comes at a time when a U.S. testing strategy is, well, confused. President Trump claims the surge in cases is because boosted testing is finding those cases. But public health officials say while that's true, the data shows the virus is spreading more too. There's no such debate here in China. Here, it's just the scale of it. Tens of millions of dollars being spent. Certain groups like delivery workers, market and restaurant employees, and healthcare workers had to be tested. For everyone else, it's encouraged, and people seem okay with it. I feel safer, she says. It's also a security guarantee for my family and friends. It took just over a week for officials here to declare the outbreak contained. But all of this, the testing, the travel restrictions in and out of the city, masks, people being urged to work from home, it's all part of a cycle of pandemic life that experts say we'll need to get used to until there's a vaccine. Reopening, restrictions, repeat.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.